Well, from business to sport, Jeffrey Stevens joining us from the newsroom. Good evening, Jeffrey. And of course, you've got a very special guest to talk about what's going on in Cricket South Africa.
Yes, thanks so much indeed, Sally. The Sports Ministry has taken drastic action regarding the continuing crisis at Cricket South Africa. Sports Minister Nathi Mthethwa has given a notice of government intervention to the World Cricket ruling body, the ICC, with regards to the affairs of CSA. It also followed unsuccessful engagements between the cricket body and umbrella organisation Sascoc. Glad to say that Sports Minister Nathi Mthethwa joins us from Cape Town via Skype to unpack this matter. Good evening to you, sir. Minister, you have given the International Cricket Council notice of government intervention. What do you plan to do exactly to help turn things around?
Well, thanks, Jeffrey, for inviting us. You would know that this drama has been going on for a long time, and as government, we always take a position that we really want sport to run its affairs and deal with its disputes. That is why, even after so many calls from both people who were players before and administrators and so on, to intervene as government, we have always said, no, we think that the Federation must deal with its problems, and failing which the Confederation in this sense, Sascoc should. And that has happened, and the matter from Sascoc has been referred back to us. And again, we didn't just went in there. We still took time to nudge Cricket South Africa to make them realize the bigger picture and the suffering of sport, particularly cricket in this country. And after all that has failed several times, we have started engaging with cricket since 2019 on what is happening, particularly issues of corporate misgovernance, as it were. So we took liberty then to make a courtesy call to ICC that we are put in this situation. It's not an ideal situation for us, but our laws in the country enjoins us to not to fold our arms, but if all fails, to intervene. So I've given also Cricket South Africa an opportunity to make a representation of why we should not intervene as government, because all has failed.
Now, Minister, the ICC as an international body has got very clear guidelines concerning government interference within its member nations. Your clarity, in your view, of where interference ends and where your assistance will begin as far as South African Cricket South Africa is concerned?
If you read the Charter of ICC and its constitution and articles, quite clearly you see an organization which is very much concerned with issues of good corporate governance, of integrity, of sport which is run properly. So that is the basis of what ICC stands for. And it's not in the interest of ICC or anybody to see a cricket nation like South Africa being in the state where it is, where everything which matters is crumbling, whether from the point of view of the board giving leadership, whether from the point of view of sponsors and generally supporters who are suffering. ICC would want to see cricket thriving, and we took that advantage that we really, as I say, if we had another way of dealing with it, we would have. You would know that yourself, Jeffrey, it's gone on for a very long time here. And we were at pains to accept what Sascoc has given us, such that we had meetings with Sascoc. Again, even there, we were not trying to delay the matter, but we're making a point to Cricket South Africa and to everybody that we really believe that people should think for the sport more than themselves as individuals.
Now, Minister, the matters obviously dragged on for very long. There are some concerns that this is taking just way too long. What are some of, you've touched on some of the things that you are keen to have alleviated. There have also been calls for the entire Cricket SA board to resign. Is that your view too as the Sports Ministry?
Firstly, the reason why it took long, Jeffrey, it's precisely what I was saying, that this government were at pains to rush into sporting affairs and wanting to intervene. That's why it took time. It was not a comfortable situation for us as well, because we could see that each day new things are cropping up and new challenges. Primarily for us, had to do with the leadership, as it were. But on the other hand, we think that we have made our views known much earlier in a way of nudging Cricket South Africa. That we don't believe that they have the capacity to self-correct. And therefore, what Sascoc suggested for the board to step down is supported. And we're on record having said so, and we're saying so even now. But even at this stage, Jeffrey, we are giving that benefit of doubt to Cricket South Africa to say perhaps they would come up with something in their representation. But if there's no change, we definitely are going to be compelled to intervene.
Thank you for your time, Sports Minister Nathi Mthethwa. We've got to leave it there, unfortunately. We wish you and your team and all the role players very well as far as getting to a speedy solution as to all the challenges that lie ahead for cricket and Cricket South Africa as an organisation. That's where we leave it for now. Back to you, Sally.